KCs and friends of KCs. Then eventually they start to ask questions like 5 o'clock Indo Park time or so here we are. We you know, it was International Women's Day a few days ago, and you know, this is suddenly we seem to be living in a like a newly feminist age. At least if you go onto Facebook or if you go onto Twitter or Instagram, it feels like that, where previously apolitical people suddenly, of all ages, across classes, across national divides, etc., are sort of saying things like "Me Too," "Time's Up," all of these things, and it's kind of radical because growing up, I remember my mother was a founding member of the Women's Action Forum in Lahore. Yes, a round of applause for the Women's Action Forum. And I remember that, while one was very proud of her and admired her from the time we were very little, there was also this kind of anxiety about, a mom who would march on the streets sort of and say things like, "Ye General Zia ke qawanin jo hain ye theek nahi hai," etc. And etc. And when I was an undergraduate at Harvard, I went straight from HSM College Lahore to Harvard, and then had shell shock and culture shock for about 2 years, in which I couldn't figure anything out. But I read a lot, and one of my teachers, Professor Ali Asani, who teaches the Intro to Islam course, was a real shelter for me. And I later realized for many other students who came from South Asia, who came from the Islamic Middle East, because while he appeared to be teaching the Intro to Islam course and people went in there expecting theology and debate and discussion and anger and sort of contestation, what they actually found was qawwali, calligraphy, ghazal, tasawwuf, all these other things. What in retrospect I now know was an aesthetic approach to Islam, an aesthetic experiential approach to Islam. And many years later, now Professor Asani and I do shows together where he reads from the lives of the Sufis and I will perform their stuff, and it's a great privilege and an honor. But one of the things I learned, one term I encountered in his course was birahini or virahini. Does anybody know here what a birahini or a virahini is? Birha is judai, right? Birha, virha is judai, separation. And a birahini is she who is separated, or who yearns for union with her beloved. And we could date this all the way back to Radha, but I have a feeling that it's possibly even older. It's probably as old as the Indus Valley civilization itself. Because this is so much a part of the culture of Punjab and Sindh and the whole sort of region in which I have grown up, and many of you have if not grown up, then experienced or accessed through music and poetry. The woman protagonist is at the heart of Sufi Islam, Sufi discourse, especially South Asia. And now when I perform these poems in New York or in DC or in places like that, you have my white friends sort of show up and my black friends show up and they say, "Wow, this culture has these women protagonists, these like feisty women like Heer and Sasi and Radha, like from all those hundreds of years ago. Wow. So in sort of looking at Women's Day and thinking of the recently departed Asma Jahangir, who's a great advocate of women's rights in Pakistan. I think many of the songs we'll present today are in the birahini mode. And I remember once asking somebody, a well-known musician, I said, "ये हर वक्त जुदाई के आलम में जो तड़प होती है वगैरह, ये जरा थोड़ा सा पैसिव नहीं है, जरा थोड़ा सा सफरिंग है इसमें ज़्यादा." कहने लगे, भाई सरेंडर से बड़ा हीरोइज्म क्या है? Surrender is the bravest, most difficult thing that anybody can do, to not care about the world, to literally renounce and to just say, "I'm going to go in pursuit of my love. I'm going to go in pursuit of my passion, of the things that I believe in. I'm going to do it, and I don't care." And you need to be in touch with your vulnerability to be able to feel that. And as Baba Farid 800 years ago said, "खुदा तुम्हें दर्द दे, इससे बड़ी दुआ मैं नहीं दे सकता."